Peace and love, good people. Peace and love. Back with another piece of chart art. All right, so we're looking at the descending continuation triangle. This is a medium term bearish signal. All right, so we are looking here at prices going up, coming back down, and then essentially breaking off into a greater move to the downside, a continuation to the downside. All right, so let's get into the descending continuation triangle. A descending continuation triangle features two converging lines. You see those in the picture, the diagram. The bottom trend line is horizontal and the top trend line slopes downward. The pattern illustrates lows occurring at a consistent price level with highs moving constantly lower. The pattern displays two highs touching the upper trend line and two lows touching the lower trend line. This pattern is confirmed when the price breaks out of the triangle formation to close below the lower trend line. All right, so keep in mind, a lot of this is about breakouts. We're testing supports, we're testing resistances, or we're constantly creating new ones and converging, almost like on a crash course to hit each other in the intersection. All right, and we don't know when we hit that intersection if the downward momentum is going to continue or if the sideways momentum is going to serve as a support that the downward momentum bounces off of. So we're watching for that convergence. All right, that's what they mean when they merge, when two things merge into each other. Convergence. Okay. Important characteristics. All right. Occurrence of a breakout. So this is crucial for a descending continuation triangle. Technical analysts pay close attention to how long the triangle takes to develop to its apex. All right, that intersection. The general rule is that prices should break out, clearly penetrate the lower trend line, somewhere between 3/4 and 2/3 of the horizontal width of the formation. The breakout, in other words, should occur well before the pattern reaches the apex of the triangle. The closer the breakout occurs to the apex, the less reliable the formation. Okay, so if this thing gets all the way to the corner, this not very reliable. We're not gonna see that breakout to the downside. All right, duration of the triangle. The triangle is a relatively short-term pattern. It may take from 1 to 3 months to form. Again, we're looking at a daily time frame. So anything over a year is long-term. 1 to 3 months is short-term. 6 months, medium-term. All right, so put that into perspective. Volume. Investors should see volume decreasing as the pattern progresses towards the apex of the triangle. At breakout, however, there should be a noticeable increase in volume. All right. So again, if we're day trading, we may be looking at these patterns, but we may be looking at them on a shorter time frame. All right. So if you're thinking about a 200 period moving average, if you're thinking about 1 to 3 months, what would 1 to 3 months look like on a 2-minute time frame? You know, how many candles is that? So think about that when you're trying to adjust the information you're reading to the chart that you're trading. All right, so criteria that support. Look for a region of support at the bottom trend line and a line of resistance at the highest high of the triangle. Look for a region of support at the bottom trend line and a line of resistance at the highest high of the triangle. Moving averages. Come on now, we back to moving averages and volume. All right, listen to the consistency over the course of these pieces of chart within art, these pieces of art that we're going to continue to review. Look at the consistency, criteria that support the moving average, The volume, okay? Compare prices to the 200-day moving average. When prices are close to or touch the 200-day moving average, the signal is considered stronger. Volume. A strong volume spike on the day of the pattern confirmation is a strong indicator in support of the potential for this pattern. The volume spike should be significantly above the average of the volume for the duration of the pattern. In addition, the volume during the duration of the pattern should be declining on average. Okay, so we're looking for a decline in volume, which is going to signal more pressure to the downside. More pressure to the downside. Opening the floodgates. Descending continuation triangle. All right. Criteria that refute. No volume spike on the breakout. A short inbound trend. Okay. The pattern, the underlying behavior of this pattern with its increasingly lower highs and constant lows indicate that sellers are more aggressive than buyers. All right. So don't ever get away from the understanding that this is a battle between buyers and sellers. All right. So we have an average price that people have been trading above and below, but on average, this is where buyers and sellers have been willing to trade over the course of the session, whatever that period of time is, whatever that moving average represents. Okay, so you have to be able to understand by using the moving averages when things are oversold or overbought. All right, don't let that go over your head. Don't let that go over your head. All right, so the descending triangle. All right, peace and love. I hope you get rich. Please stay tuned. Subscribe to this video. Subscribe to this channel. We want to get 1,000 subscribers, 100 likes on this video. All right, I'll see you in the next one, and comment down below if you have ever caught the descending continuation triangle and made that money. Peace and love, and I hope you get rich.